Morning, fellas. Welcome, Aaron, to my Let's Call It a Studio. And we've got a special guest, Ilija.
How's it going?
Yeah, no,
G'day.
How have you guys been?
Not too bad, just enjoying
Yeah.
this weekend. Bit of a break.
Bit rainy.
Yeah. I wish that would happen more in F1.
Oh, me too, dude. Me too. Not all races can be Germany, right? Where it only rained for like 10 seconds towards the
Yeah.
end. Speaking of Germany, let's talk about it. Because that was the most recent race that I can remember. Earliest race that I can remember. From the last few that took place.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, first off, we got Hockenheim. And obviously the winner of that.
Mr. Lewis took full advantage of Vettel's crash. That was
and also
hilarious.
took full advantage of because he lost in his own home country. He took medals.
Yeah, I was going to say that because Vettel won in Silverstone. And the next race, boom, swap places.
That was a good revenge. Yeah.
Except Hamilton did crash.
Yeah.
But the funniest part of that German race is when after Vettel crashed and he crashed right in front of the Verstappen grandstand, and everyone was just laughing. That was hilarious. Were you watching that earlier?
No, unfortunately.
Bugger.
Yeah.
Because I know
It's all right.
Aaron was in Japan at the time, so I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, I knew all about it. Don't worry. I heard it from someone. I heard it
Oh.
from someone. I'm not sure who it was though, but I'm pretty
Wonder.
sure it's cheering. Very,
Cheering Vettel's crash.
very objectively.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I'm biased. No doubt. There is no doubt. The race after that was Hungary, and I do not remember what happened in Hungary because, as you said, it was one of those races.
It was.
Bit
It
of
really
a
was.
ball fest. From memory.
Well, I mean, it was only like the top 5 that were quite close, like in terms
Yeah.
of time, by not being overlapped. But yeah, everything was just pretty ridiculous.
Then we
But
had
yeah.
Spa after that, after the winter break. What was summer break? Sorry,
That was the one where Leclerc should have died.
that was the one. Yeah, but that was
Yeah,
we all watched that together. That was an experience.
yeah.
And
Well,
that turn
we
one
actually-
incident, boys, discuss.
We were debating about the Halo for quite a while, and I think that really put the nail in the coffin where it's definitely needed, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. Like, if you slow-mo that replay, was it Hulkenberg
Yeah, Hulkenberg crashed into
to
Alonso.
Alonso, and then sent, sent Alonso flying on top of Leclerc's car, and just nearly, without the halo, nearly crushed Leclerc's helmet. Could have caused serious damage.
But no,
I think
it looks bad. It blocked the driver's vision.
I think what was funny though is looking at the Leclerc camera and just seeing just water being gushed out everywhere. He just could not see what was going on. I don't know how he reacted.
That was because the radiator went straight after Hulkenberg.
Yeah, he wanted to keep going. You could actually
Yeah.
see that, but it was just his car just got absolutely destroyed.
There was no way. I mean, Alonso, not even him, man. It's happened to him as well in turn one in Spa before. He's been sent flying when he was in Ferrari.
There was actually a really good montage on
Yeah.
the day. I remember. Just
There's
seeing all
one
those-
camera angle like on turn one, and you just see
Yeah.
Alonso going Superman over Leclerc. Wow. And yeah, I'm fully in the camp that the Halo saved his life. And
I
think-
still don't like it in the game, but in real life, I can definitely tolerate it.
we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Then in turn one also we had the Ricciardo Raikkonen clash, Raikkonen puncture.
Sorry guys. My dog is actually being very, very annoying.
That's all right.
I'll just put my input down.
No, it's okay. It's all good. I don't think the two people listening mind. Speaking of the first one incident that's got the Raikkonen puncture, and that's the worst possible place to get a puncture because Spa's is the longest track on the whole calendar. So he has to go around the whole track with 3 wheels.
He took it like a champ though.
Oh yeah, but then he ended up retiring anyway.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
and so did Ricardo. Let me check how many retirements there were. From
About-
memory,
From that one, there was at least
shit.
3 or 4.
I'll bring up the results right now. Hang on. Belgian Grand Prix. What did you guys think of the race, though? Objectively.
At least it was memorable.
Yeah.
For me personally, I thought there was enough juice in there. It's good to see Force India. You know.
Yeah,
After
Force
that,
India
I guess
just-
it was the past couple of weeks, wasn't it, that they
Yeah.
had that massive kerfuffle. So it was
They
good
went
that
into administration. Basically, had no money
yeah.
to do anything.
So now it's owned by
Lawrence
the Stroll.
Yeah.
The Stroll fella. So
Automatic
There you
seed for Lance
Daddy's
Stroll.
money.
They got
Daddy's
Lance
money's
Stroll and
coming.
Force India next year for sure.
Lance Stroll's younger brother, Force India. Yeah.
Yeah, Sergio Perez finished in 5th and Esteban Ocon in 6th. Excellent
Yep.
result for Force India there.
Strong points.
Strong points. And Max Verstappen finishing 3rd, getting a podium in, let's say, his own country. Because
Ooh.
he's from the Netherlands, but, you know, there's no...
The
there's
whole
no Grand
Benelux region's pretty close to each other. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it was just like a 10-minute drive for them to go to Spa. Like, let's be honest.
Prix. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like for us in Australia, it's like, oh, we got to go all the way to Melbourne. It's like going through 6 countries, but for them, it's like down the street, you're in Belgium. So
20-minute drive.
10-minute walk.
So the DNFs are Ricardo, Raikkonen, Charles Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, and Nico Hulkenberg. All 5 of those were involved in turn 1.
Another
Wow.
one,
Wow.
Another one for Alonso.
Sorry?
Another one for Alonso.
Yeah. He's in a McLaren, dude. Not surprising.
come
he was
on,
he was going to
boys.
end up with a DNF one way or the other.
It's tough being a McLaren supporter, let me tell you.
I can imagine, dude.
Yeah. But we could talk about that later because there is a lot of McLaren news coming up, isn't there?
Oh my, yes, there is.
Oh dear. But yeah.
Kimi
Anything else on
Raikkonen.
Spa?
Not Kimi Raikkonen, sorry. Sebastian Vettel, turn 1 on the main straight. Not turn 1, sorry. Oh, it's after Eau Rouge, the straight after Eau Rouge. Pulls off probably
Yeah.
the best overtake of the season so far. No, that's Ricciardo in China. Second best overtake of the season by so far. On Hamilton,
That's a fair
and
correction.
basically controls the race from that point onwards.
Oh, definitely. He's taking off on the straights as well.
Yeah.
So they got their engine power.
That Ferrari engine this year is just amazing. I mean, that's
beast.
coming from me. That's coming from me.
That is actually very surprising. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I expected Mercedes to dominate this year again, like they have done for the last 4 years. But Ferrari built a good package to keep winning. Not winning because Hamilton's won, but they've been consistently performing well. It's like it blows my mind that they're second place still at this stage of the season.
Well, I mean, yes, but also Mercedes is doing very well. Like,
Yeah.
let's be honest.
They always do.
Yeah, and it hurts me especially. But yeah,
Why does it hurt you, my friend?
because I just miss the glory days of Mercedes and McLaren being some good bros.
Don't worry, buddy. You got McLaren and Renault next year as well.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm so thrilled. But it's a humbling experience. Sometimes I just close my eyes and wish it was 98 all
2007.
over again. Yeah, let's go further back. Back when it all began.
Oh well.
I feel like a kid in like year 12 going, "Oh, I hate my life. I just want to go back to kindergarten and sleep after lunchtime, you know. Just want to go back to those glory days, but
Don't
it's
we
get
all?
back to reality." Yeah. Well, not you. You're having a great time, aren't you?
When terms comes
But
to
yeah.
F1, yeah.
Mm.
Last 2 years or so have been pretty damn good. Pretty damn good, but I feel like this might be the last year for that. Anyway, let's move on to Ferrari's home ground, Monza.
Well, I mean,
Madness.
what was that first? It was their first double up qualifying since like what?
Australia, didn't they? Qualified and 1-2 in Melbourne, didn't they?
Oh, did they? No, I'm pretty sure I read on the... Okay, never mind. Ignore.
I'll have a look. Because, I mean, it's an old story
I read
now,
it.
so...
But, you know, feel free to prove me wrong. I love being proven wrong. Pole position, Australian Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton.
Okay, yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
Vettel with the mad overtakes again. So,
Yeah. But
but Raikkonen this weekend was just flawless. Practice, all three qualifying sessions, and majority of the race flawless. Except Hamilton was just a little bit better when it came to the end.
I don't think so. Like, maybe Raikkonen had everything. He just didn't have the tires.
Towards the
yeah,
end,
Yeah.
and he didn't have Vettel, really.
Well, yeah, let's talk about the turn 1 incident with Hamilton and Vettel. Turn 3, sorry. My mind's not in the right place at the moment.
Well, I remember it very clearly because someone got out of their seat and was cheering quite extravagantly.
Jumping up and down. Who was it?
Don't know. Some guy.
Shit. Oh my
But
god.
yeah,
Sounds
it's definitely a Mercedes fan.
what a
That's
smart
for
man. Aaron, what are your thoughts on the turn 3 incident, sorry? Whose fault do you think it was?
It was a racing incident.
Okay. Fair enough.
Either of them were in the racing line, so they were being more competitive and seeing who would battle it out, really.
Ilija? Oh, never mind. Continue.
Even Paul DeResto commented on it, and his thoughts were towards Mercedes.
Being at fault?
Yeah. No, Vettel at fault, I think. But either way, like, from a racer's point of view, is really interesting.
What about you, Ilija?
I mean, I've always not enjoyed the whole finger pointing, blaming on everyone. Someone did this, they started it. Like, it's just like high school bullying, like bobbing and stuff like that. So yeah, I just appreciate the nature of the race. Like, that's just how it is, and it'd be quite hypocritical of me to complain.
Okay.
I think right.
You know who I'm going to blame. And
I know.
I have good
Yeah.
reasoning for it, okay? Like, it's not just because I don't like Vettel. I think when they were both heading into that turn, Hamilton had control because he was on the outside. And Vettel, yeah, he was squeezed to space, but he could just slow down. But instead he decided to go for it. So they made contact. Hamilton, I think, gave him plenty of room for that. But I think Vettel just misjudged that and ran into Hamilton's side pod and spun out. But that being said, you know, he's a really good driver. He made a very great recovery after that to end up finishing 4th. Just missed out on the podium, but...
Sorry to interject, but like, let me just say that stuff like that is what makes it
Racing,
exciting
yes.
again.
I fully agree.
You know, and it's bringing back that competitive edge, and instead of it just being, oh, okay, tally ho, come through.
Like stale racing, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like this grit is what I've really missed. So I think it's a good thing.
Good on him, man. I mean, yeah, I'm happy that he spun out, but I'll be the first to admit that Vettel's probably one of the best drivers on the grid. And
Yeah,
you know,
to come back to, well, I mean, Verstappen as well sort of
Yeah.
gifted him 4th, but you know, that's a
'cause-
different story as well.
Oh, Verstappen.
We all know where I stand with that little brat, so
I think we all do.
Yeah.
Aaron's the only reasonable one.
The thing is, though, technically with these new laws that have come in, like, he should be racing. He's just very fortunate that he got in before. Well, he's the reason why these laws have come in.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Because if
Yeah.
they, if you look back at, because the FIA have introduced a new point system for
Yeah.
getting into F1, and judging by what Verstappen's done, he wouldn't have gone into F1 based on
I
today's.
don't think he would have.
No.
I don't think he would have been able to even cut 20 points, wasn't it? Out of the 40. Like,
Yeah.
he was nowhere near.
What about you, Aaron? What did you think of Verstappen's antics that's the last weekend?
Some I reckon rules, I don't know, they have to be enforced more.
Okay.
It's too easy now.
What sort of rules? Just
Like-
expand.
Well, with the new rules being put in now, it's more understandable.
Okay.
Hard to put in words, because even technology is now evolving in the racing world. It's kind of hard to put hard stamp
Okay.
towards new racers now, or even drivers as well.
Okay. Interesting. General race thoughts though. What did you think about Monza?
I always love this track every year.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and of course we saw some records broken, which is great.
Yeah. Raikkonen with the
It's historical.
Fastest lap?
fastest ever pole lap in
20?
F1. Four time. He beat
Four
Montoya's record.
Which is
Which is
quite
really
sad.
incredible. It's I bet Montoya's just fuming.
Yeah, knowing him being South American, he's definitely not happy. But he'll find a way to be happy, I'm sure.
Fucking Raikkonen. What a fucking idiot.
Snorts a line. But yeah,
Exports to
nah.
Miami. What?
Yeah. I definitely it's Baku tier for me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In terms of emotions,
Yeah.
in terms of race quality and entertainment.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a great it's the best track in my opinion.
Fair enough. Aaron, your thoughts on Monza?
Yeah, it's just another exciting race, really. Because you had even pole swaps. Huge. Not a lot of retirements, actually. Except for another Ricardo retirement. Another Alonso only.
Let's not be
How
surprised
mu-
with the current retirements.
How many more? Jeez.
Yeah.
All in all, it's really exciting to see, second to first to second, and
Just
That's
really
all you
good
want.
racing, yeah.
good racing.
I mean, Hamilton just Mercedes' strategy this weekend was just amazing. They held Bottas back to the pit just to slow Raikkonen down, just to ruin his tyres. Mercedes planned that to absolute perfection, I think, and Hamilton took full advantage of it. And it's even sweeter because they did it in Ferrari's backyard. So, I don't know how you guys felt about that weekend, but I was pretty chuffed.
I had a great time.
I mean, even if
we,
you-
we had a great time, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, even if you don't like what happened, you have to admit it was a good race.
Yeah, I did want Ferrari to win.
Yeah.
But it was a good race.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I wouldn't have minded if Raikkonen won just because it's been so long since he's been on the top step of the podium. He probably would have
But-
drunk the champagne straight away anyway. Wouldn't have cared.
Let's be honest though, no one's really turned up for their home ground, home advantage this season. Like
Yeah.
even for Ferrari in Italy,
Yeah,
they didn't show up when it counted.
But yeah, I was about to say because they did everything right other than saving
The
cars.
race, yeah.
And Renault complained to the FIA because of Haas floorboards, and now Romain Grosjean, who finished in P6, has been disqualified because they're something to do with the aerodynamics of their floors. You can't have them aerodynamically shaped. It has to be straight, and all cars have to follow this. But theirs wasn't, and Renault complained about it and won.
Well, I mean, fair enough. I mean, at the end of the day, this stuff is on paper, and of course, these, constructors are going to test the limits as they should. It's motorsport, but if you go across the line, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I mean, I like Haas, I like Grosjean, but come on. You're not going to get away with that stuff in 2018. It's the current year.
Yeah, I know. It's just that whole. I get that they're trying to find ways because this sport is about developing and pushing the boundaries.
Yep.
Because it's time based as well, and it's we're not just dependent on the driver as well. We also it's a whole team effort, and I'm happy, but I feel like they got off pretty lucky actually. So if it's just a disqualification, then they should just cop it.
I mean, if you're doing something wrong, fair enough. You got to pay
Could
the
have been
price.
Haas.
Yeah.
Could have been.
And Haas
harsher.
were actually doing really well. I mean, they should be doing better because even in Melbourne, they probably the best car in the midfield, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's just a pit stop that screwed them over. What do you think, Aaron?
Yeah, it's fair call. American team, they get what they want.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of bittersweet to see them fall because of, mechanical error. One that probably could have been avoided, but both cars going out of Melbourne because of the same reason. It really sucks. I really felt for Haas, but that they're holding their own at the moment, and I hope they do better with that Ferrari next year.
Do you guys know who I didn't feel for? Verstappen.
Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah, his complaining was. I loved it personally. I thought it was great. It's good to have that attitude, but like, come on, dude.
He was completely in the wrong there, I reckon, because he pushed Bottas. He touched Bottas. Bottas was forced to go off track in Monza, and he lost a lot of time. And Verstappen was like, "What? I didn't touch him." Well, I don't remember the exact quote, but he wasn't happy with being given a 5-second penalty. And if you act like an idiot on track, you could have paid the price.
The thing is, though, is that I just think stuff like this is beneficial. Though we need it. I feel like it gives more passion for the sport. But I don't like Verstappen personally, but I think he's necessary. I think it's a great story.
Why don't you like Verstappen?
Pardon?
Why don't you like Verstappen?
I think it's a bit biased, but as an Australian, I do feel like he's been gifted everything, and Daniel Ricciardo has unfortunately. Well, I'm actually happy that he's going, but I just feel like Verstappen's this golden child that everyone's saying,
I feel this.
The chosen one, the Messiah. They overtalk him, and I'm just like, yeah. Put him in Minardi. I like to see how he goes.
I feel the same way. I think that Verstappen is basically modern day Vettel in Red Bull.
Yep.
It's snubbing the older, more experienced driver for this young gun. What about you, Aaron? I know you're kind of neutral on Verstappen.
Yeah, I've never had a positive or negative about him, but he's too young, I reckon. Put him into Toro Rosso for another 5 years or something. He needs to develop more instead of just being chucked into the high team.
Yeah. Well, the F1 is the premium creme de la creme. It's meant to be the best, not the development.
Yeah. But put him in the high team in the junior team.
Yep.
Toro Rosso is the mid team, but it's still building up. You can't really be, you've been in here a season and you're just going to be moved up or something like that.
Yeah, I think he should have stayed in. I think Red Bull just hurried into putting him into the main team. I think they were just looking for Kvyat to make an excuse or make a mistake. They were just waiting for that opportunity, and he bumped into Vettel in Russia. That's it. He's down to Toro, and I think Kvyat's the better driver. He deserves a seat in Formula One, but you know what? We'll get into that later. All the drivers.
I personally think that this whole Verstappen thing was just a great F1 publicity stunt.
Good marketing.
It definitely brought it back on the radar, especially because he's better than his father, and
wow.
With
the
and he's only he's still a young pup. Imagine how long F1 can market him for compared to other drivers who might only have a 10-year stint at the top dog spot.
This guy's probably got 14 or 15 years.
I'd even say, well, I mean, he can race till 45 for all I care.
You'd still hate him.
Yeah, but he's necessary.
Yeah.
He's necessary. You need him.
That's rational thinking. I like it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I appreciate it. I don't like him, but it's necessary.
All right, let's preview Singapore. Can Ferrari redeem themselves after the absolute calamity they had last year? Aaron, what do you think?
They can. Can they?
Oh, Jesus.
Because I remember watching that, and there's this other girl, Haley, that Aaron. Well, they were watching the Channel 10 broadcast, and I was watching it. I was streaming it live, but their broadcast was 30 or 40 seconds ahead of my stream, and suddenly on my messenger it just goes, "Oh shit, Vettel, you idiot! Oh, what have you done?" I'm like, "Oh wait, this can only mean one thing: Vettel's done something stupid." And then the race starts for me, and Vettel just fucks Ferrari's weekend up. Just, and I remember just like I couldn't hold my laughter. Aaron, you watched it live. What do you think?
I was just praying for Ricciardo to survive for that day. And glad he did. That's all.
Ilya, did you watch the race?
No, I didn't. I know it's like a double whammy where I've said I haven't watched something, but oh my goodness, wow, I have a life. But sorry guys, shots fired, eh? No, the thing that I will say there though is that I've been watching the interviews between, I guess, Ferrari and Mercedes, especially the top dogs, Toto and Papa John, both of them. And the most interesting thing is that Ferraris, I feel like, always play mind games. Like, even though the reporters come up and said, oh, you did so well in qualifying, you did so well in this, or Monza, I should refer to, they were always reserved in their answers. Like, we haven't got it in the bag just yet. Like,
Yeah.
Ferrari's not being cocky either. They're just being patient. They understand there's a few more races to go. Whereas when I hear Mercedes talking, they're just all blazing like, yep, we got this. We're all good. Sometimes they give that nice, educated, diplomatic comment, but I just feel like Ferrari's a bit more dormant in the way they're approaching their races to the public. I don't know what they're like privately. Sorry, guys, I'm not a Ferrari executive, but
how dare you?
What I will say is that as someone who's a sporadic viewer and seeing the approach of going into their races, I think that Ferrari's just being patient and they're realizing that the battles are being lost, but the war's not over.
That's a really good way of putting it, I reckon.
Yeah.
Wow. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah,
wow, that's blown my mind.
That's my spiel done. But yeah, keep going, fellas.
What about you, Aaron? What do you rate Ferrari's chances this weekend?
Well, I can't top that cream, but I reckon they have a good chance.
Okay.
If they don't do what they done last year.
Yeah, I reckon Singapore's a Ferrari track. I reckon Vettel might pull this one off.
But the thing is, as well, don't forget Daniel Ricciardo. He's good on street tracks.
Oh yeah, that's true. I've forgotten all about Ricciardo. He's been so far away since Monaco that I've kind of forgotten that he exists.
But then there's also the other flip of the coin, which is the street track where Red Bull both committed Sudoku on each other.
Sudoku,
Yeah.
Seppuku.
Yeah, it was a joke at it.
Okay.
It was in Baku.
Don't joke about that. So I still have PTSD.
So there's a flip of the coin.
Yeah.
It could be a Monaco or it could be a Baku. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll find a nice fair medium
China.
from the F1 gods. Yeah.
All right, ladder rundown. Let's do it. We've got Lewis Hamilton at the top. No surprise there. Really, really capitalizing on all Vettel's mistakes.
Woo.
Vettel in second place. Thank you for that addition, Aaron.
And the finish.
The finish, second row.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Bottas is behind Raikkonen, but I'm not surprised at the same time because I said before Ferrari has the best car on the grid. So in my opinion, it should be Vettel 1, Raikkonen 2. But
I've always considered the finish as first fiddle, not second fiddle. So seeing them both as being support, it's good to see the battle between those two as well.
yeah,
That's why I'm enjoying as well.
Mika Hakkinen has corrupted all of us. Mika Hakkinen, the Bond villain. He looks like a Bond villain, man.
He's a saint. We do not speak ill of him.
Oh no, that's a Bond villain in the best possible way.
Good. Anyone called Mika is great. Mika Salo.
Mika Salo.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got Max Verstappen ahead of D. Ricky. What's going on there, boys?
Well, I mean, look at that. You just got like retired.
Fix Ricciardo's car.
Fucking truer words never spoken there.
I think we should
Hulkenberg in
just
seventh.
fix Ricardo's career. He just needs to go. So I think.
Don't worry, boys. He's going to a Renault and he's going to be great.
Make
I think
Renault
so.
red green. Yeah, I hope so. Sergei Sirotkin's actually got a point at the bottom. Like, wow. Brendan Hartley's with 2 points. Marcus Ericsson, Lance Stroll, Stoffel Van Dorn, Charles Leclerc in 15th, which I thought he would be higher, but he's not.
I think we're still just living that Baku race from him, and
Yeah.
we're just thinking that, oh yeah, this guy's just going to storm it. But we got to be patient.
Fernando Alonso in the 11th, 44 points. I'm going to miss him. But we'll get to that later. No, sir. But what I am surprised about is Ferrari being behind in the constructors' standings. Because
Oh wow,
they need to
yeah.
be winning. Ferrari have the better car. Why are they not winning? Aaron, what's going on there?
Just as Ilija said, they might be patient
Okay.
Yeah.
because the points are close,
Yeah.
even drivers and constructors. So a couple of races and they could be ahead.
All
Even-
it takes is one good weekend for Mercedes to mess up and them to get to the top two.
Spain 2016.
That was a long time ago, man. That was a long time ago.
It happened once and it can happen again.
Yeah, but Rosberg and Hamilton were like battering rams. Was trying like Bottas will either let Hamilton go or fucking destroy Hamilton.
Yeah.
Got
There's
Renault.
there's not much of a power gap though between Mercedes and Ferrari when it comes to teamwork. Like they both got roles. Like what is it, 25 points apart? Like
Yeah.
it's not. There's still a lot of races to be done, man. Like that's a lot of laps.
How many
Anything-
races do we have left? Hang on, let me have a look.
6 or 7.
We have Singapore, Russia, Japan, USA, Mexico, Brazil, Abu Dhabi. We've got 7 races left. And Ricciardo is going to win none of them, unfortunately. I'm calling it now. I don't want it to be true, but I don't think he's going to win. But, yeah. What about you, Ilija? What do you... Because do you think that Ferrari have the strongest car this season, or do you still reckon Mercedes has got
Well, I
that?
thought we all agreed. That Ferrari has
Okay.
the best, approach.
Yes.
But the harsh truth is that whatever's on paper doesn't really correlate to, the physical reality of this world,
Yeah.
and we're dealing with milliseconds. We're dealing with kilometers per hour. We're dealing with, it's pit stop times. We're dealing with lots of factors like the weather. Imagine if every single race from now on thunderstorms. Like you
Or-
never know what's going to happen. Like it's a funny thing. We can come here and speculate, but I'm not trying to be all Mr. Centrist and not trying to pick a side. Like I really hope that Ferrari can, put it on paper.
Yeah.
But it looks like Mercedes has just got their noggin jogging.
Yeah, Mercedes just have really good right time at the right place. They've capitalized on everything so far. Well, not everything. They fucked up pretty bad in Silverstone and Baku, but for Bottas anyway.
Well, that was a bit of
Back to
bad luck
back.
anyway.
Keep going back to Baku.
Poor Bottas. I know.
2 years in a
This
row,
was-
man. What are the odds? 2 years in a row having the best race of the season. Like, this season's not even over, and I know that Baku's still going to be the best.
Yeah.
All right, let's discuss driver packages other than Mercedes and Ferrari, because we've talked about that a lot so far. Toro Rosso and Honda. Not. I mean, if we go judge McLaren's partnership with Honda from last year, much better result for Toro Rosso,
Surprisingly.
reliability wise.
Sorry, guys. I just got all this salt in my mouth. Like it's just really. There's this taste in my mouth right now. It's just really not good. But yeah, that's my comment done.
No, I'd like to hear you
No.
review of that.
We all know now that okay. Hats off to him. Cool. Yeah. It's just I need to get a glass of water or maybe 7 liters of water. Oh, yeah, not good. But here we are.
Yeah, Aaron, Toro Rosso Honda. What do you reckon so far?
I don't know. It's just you see new drivers really.
Yeah.
That's nothing really to be special about.
Okay.
Well, Toro Rosso been in the midfield for ages,
Yeah.
and Yeah, just new drivers, new year.
Yeah. Hopefully Daniel Kvyat comes back next year,
Mm.
because we'll discuss the driver market next. But we still got Red Bull and Renault. They are very, very tense, very tense relationship, I'd say, because I remember from the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Wait, you remember something
Yeah,
from Hungary?
I just
Wow.
remembered it, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
just right
wow.
then. Because I think it was Verstappen's engine failed into turn one after a few laps in, and he had to retire because of the engine. And the broadcasters got Christian Horner to interview Christian Horner on live TV, and he said something. The Renault president is Cyril Abiteboul or something like that. And he said, "I can't wait to hear Cyril's excuses now." I was like, "God damn, Christian, shots fired on live TV." So yeah, Red Bull just not happy with Renault at all, and we had another retirement in Monza.
Mm.
So their relationship with Renault is getting really sour, and they are moving to Honda next year.
Interesting.
Thoughts?
I like to see Toro Rosso's consistency. Maybe Honda will deliver next year.
Okay,
So we'll never know.
hopefully, yeah.
Or we could hope for the opposite, maybe.
And the opposite is Red Bull
That's-
leaving F1.
Yeah.
Their best
Actually,
part
I don't wish upon that. I don't wish upon.
No, yeah, I agree.
That's a bit too far. I'm just hoping that Honda, I don't wish. Okay, McLaren saltiness yet again, but not a big fan of that. It's a very dark
Yeah.
PTSD moment.
What are your thoughts, Aaron, of Honda, Red Bull potentially leaving F1 next year if Honda doesn't deliver? Just a shrug.
I don't know. Since Ricciardo's not going to be in Red Bull
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. I feel
Do you
like
guys feel like it's a bit of projection though, that they're calling out for something greater to come save them or something? Like
I don't know.
it could be just some form of advertising and selling themselves, going, "Hey guys, if we don't get something nice happening to us in a minute, we're gonna have a sook."
So they're being crybabies, basically.
Yeah, and maybe they're just trying to weave a better deal in the future. I don't
Yeah.
know. Ultimatums work like that.
But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like, maybe say, "Oh, our partner's not doing great." Hint, hint. To
Yeah.
other deals and all that stuff.
Yeah, and they're just trying to get some big rig just to come in.
Save
give
Big
them-
rockets.
Yeah, just bring NASA involved. That's it. Boom. Rolls-Royce rocket engines. Let's go.
Honestly, the best part about Red Bull leaving F1 is not having to deal with Verstappen.
No, but then he'll go to like Williams or
Yeah.
like crash everything. Just have a sook.
Now, by that
just like
time,
Maldonado.
Oh,
Lewis will
please.
retire and Verstappen in Mercedes.
Oh no. No, I reckon Verstappen's a Ferrari guy. I see him more in Ferrari than Mercedes, TBH.
Yeah, he's got that prick attitude
Yeah.
about him. He'd definitely suit Ferrari.
I'd say 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both heel teams. No offense, but
Yeah.
it's like going for Manchester United and Manchester City. Like
Yeah.
you're not really challenging your emotions. You just you either support them or everyone else hates you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Sauber doing much better than they did in the last couple of years? Sauber, Aaron, you're a very big Sauber fan. Your thoughts?
More actually a Leclerc fan this year, actually.
Okay.
Like, I've never seen a Sauber work that great with a driver that great.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Even in Baku where it started,
Yeah, Baku. Yeah.
claiming 6th, like outstanding.
In a Sauber, that blew my mind.
And then he grabbed 10th position consistently.
Yeah. So a good haul of points for Sauber there.
Yeah.
So
It's breath of fresh air, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, clean air, But I think that's definitely been my highlight this season. Actually, I would safely say that seeing that Alfa Romeo badge actually looking like it's worth something,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
I agree, yeah. But we have to go back to your salty space
I'm
with
not here.
McLaren. So you can turn your input down.
Yeah, I'm just going to mute myself. I'll let you guys talk, and if I hear anything bad, I'll just interject, okay?
Aaron, McLaren, thoughts on why they've changed engine manufacturers, but they're still having tons and tons of reliability issues. Is it the engines, or is it the engineers, or is it the mechanics? What is wrong with McLaren in your eyes? Is it the paint job?
Okay, let me interject. That paint job.
Got him.
Okay.
That's one way to get Ilija in. Anyway,
All right.
continue.
I'll mute myself.
It's a hard one, really. A great driver, Fernando Alonso, he knows practically everything in a car, well, in a driver's point of view, and his car is just not running right. Like, we don't know what's going on, and I don't know what's to blame, and we can't point fingers until we know the answer, and it's kind of hard to understand, really. Because even no matter how many tests we do, or they do, there's no solid answer. Got to hand it down to the manager, or even just see what's going on. Even Van Dorn? No. Yeah, Alonso's partner.
Alonso's partner's Van Dorn, yeah.
Van Dorn, yeah.
I haven't really seen much of him. Even his car's having problems too.
I think he just has problems overall, to be honest. But that's all right. That's a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Van Dorn. I think he's getting the rough end of the deal.
Yeah.
There. McLaren, sorry, I just hit my mic there. McLaren, just having a tough time. But I hope they bounce back. I'd like to see them back at the top again.
I just loved how Aaron was just dodging the elephant in the room. It's Honda. It's change of management upstairs in the top end of it all. Different factors as well, I guess, but the nature of the sport changing, where unfortunately it's like a rainforest where the smaller trees don't get as much sunlight as the bigger trees, and the other ones don't get as much growth. So you can still be in the forest, but it's just a stable flatlining at the moment until that tree comes knocking down. But who knows what will happen. I actually enjoy this time. If you know me personally, you know that lots of things that I support aren't that great.
Yeah.
In terms of success, I go for a lot of underdog teams and stuff like that, and McLaren's now part of that. Okay, unfortunate, but I still enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy the challenge, and it's really special. Like, even when we do something great that may be just normally expected from another team, it's like winning the race.
Yeah,
for me. So I enjoy that.
I see what you mean.
It's
like
special.
The smaller achievements
So yeah,
feel like really, really good because
enough McLaren. Let's please move on.
we got to go back to McLaren soon, buddy. We got the driver changes coming up with big news.
Actually, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm okay with that.
The big news out of the summer break is Ricky moving to Renault. Thoughts on that, boys?
I reckon good.
Good, yeah.
Because
I think it's perfect timing for him.
Exactly.
The contract lasts until the next rule changes, doesn't it? So
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think he'll move on when the new changes come into. I feel like a better position is in the twilight years of his career. Yeah,
because I think Red Bull just not giving him enough opportunity. I think they're just favouring Max Verstappen because of the length of his contract. And I think now is the right time for him to move to a team that probably offers him some more in terms of not a better car. We won't find that out until next year, but just more opportunity. I think.
Yeah, honestly, he can go down to the second tier and relax and maybe challenge for points. He'll get a benefit out of it. And instead of being in a top tier, held down and being, you know what, you're a great driver, we'll give you second, sort of thing. And if you give Ricardo down to a second tier, he'll produce something. He'll make the team greater again, like what Lewis done ages ago. He made Mercedes great again, and we could see this happening in a couple of years.
I hope so. Yeah, I think Ricardo has it in him still, despite his age, to win a championship going forward. And I think with being with a factory team gives him really good opportunity to do so. What about you, Ilija? What do you think of? You've already mentioned it, haven't you?
Well, I'm happy, but we said it before. Make Renault great again.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Statement done. I'd like to see them go back into the glory days and push for a nice competitive upper order. But lead in the middle, go for it. Why not?
Yeah.
Mm. They're doing it right now.
Red Bull contacted Fernando Alonso for a potential seat in 2019, but as we heard after Belgium, this is going to be Fernando Alonso's final season in Formula One, which breaks my heart. I'm gonna miss his complaining on the radio.
yeah. I was gonna say it's definitely a personal shock as well for us. Like I didn't like hearing that news because he's a staple of the modern era.
I mean, I think he's easily the best driver in the grid, just in the wrong car.
If he can keep on racing like he did overseas, more Indy.
Yeah, and WC.
Yeah, I think he should just keep on endeavoring into other things as well, and we can cheer him on from over there, and hopefully grow motorsport as a whole.
Yeah,
and show that these guys are quality no matter what they get into.
Can you imagine Alonso in NASCAR just tearing it up in Daytona? Can you imagine?
Well, I mean,
Jesus.
Wasn't Montoya there for a good? He's still there. No, I don't know. But,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Montoya's probably just off his face in Bogota.
yeah. He watches Narcos once, but the cool thing about it is that these guys can cross over and do those nice cameos and well, not cameos. I'd say they do a role. They do a full-time role, and they expand the brand to new people. So I think you got to look in a positive light.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there. Red Bull filling the gap from Ricciardo with Pierre Gasly, who's being promoted from Toro Rosso. What are your thoughts? Has he done enough for you to warrant that seat in Red Bull, or do you think Danny Kvyat should have been put back into Red Bull?
I reckon, in my opinion, put Kvyat back. He's been there once, but if they don't want him, I don't know, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
If they want Pierre Gasly, then fine. So
I don't really care. Ricciardo's not there anymore, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
I do like Red Bull, but it's not the same
without Ricky or Mark Webber.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If Red Bull's saying, "Oh, we're going to chuck a sook if things don't go well next year," that's just Kvyat being dogged again.
Yeah,
I'd rather him not have to go through that ordeal.
Yeah. I do want the torpedo back. But with Gasly moving up to Red Bull, we've got a Toro Rosso seat empty, so if Kvyat could fill that void, that would be very nice. I do miss his face.
Kvyat takes out Max.
Please. The torpedo just tearing out Crash Stappen. But the problem with this is Red Bull Driving Academy has been thinned out. They don't have drivers in their stock to promote to F1.
Is that because of the points thing now?
Yeah. So,
Good.
Yeah, good. It's good. You can't just keep churning. It's all because of Verstappen as well.
It's an outdated system that has to adapt to the new policies, and I hope they can sort it out.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I hope Danny Kvyat comes back. But we're going back to McLaren now. Carlos Sainz is being moved from Renault to McLaren. So he can't escape that Renault engine anyway.
Yeah, it's a
Good move, bad move, boys?
I'll take it. Seriously.
Okay.
I'll just go with it. It's a whole new fresh roster
Yeah.
for sure next year. We got Lando Calrissian joining in, so
Lando Norris, yeah.
yeah.
18 or 19 years old now. It's getting ridiculous now.
Yeah.
What were you doing when you were 18 or 19?
I was flipping burgers.
I was flipping money in the Grand Exchange on RuneScape, so there you go. No, so yeah, Lando Norris, reserve driver currently right now.
Yeah.
Getting promoted. Stoffel, I have got a soft spot only because his name's so cool. But
that is a very cool name. But yeah, he's going to be out of McLaren for the 2019 boys. Now I'm kind of he seems like a very nice guy. Seems like a good driver. He is a good driver. I think he's
I would say expect a consolidation year. Two new guys coming in.
Yeah.
I'd just say let the chemistry get built up with not just between the drivers but also between the back room and everything. It's a whole new shuffle.
Yeah.
And hopefully the paint job improves because we all know that's the reason why.
Yes. So you said 2 drivers. It's actually probably 3 drivers at this stage because rumor has it from the last 17 or 18 hours that Kimi Räikkönen is going to retire at Japan, and Charles Leclerc is going to take up the Ferrari seat from that point. Now, Aaron, if this is true, you will be very happy with that.
Definitely. He deserves it. From what he's going to, he racked up points from a supposed low team. That's kind of impressive.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't get guaranteed the gig full time and just has this little opportunity window to just really have a blast, I think that's a great thing for F1.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it kind of contradicts Aaron's point from earlier that Verstappen probably should have spent time, Toro said, before being moved up. It's just Charles Leclerc's rookie year, and he's moving to Ferrari straight away, potentially.
But
well, I don't see the problem with him having a temporary stint there and then going back.
Yeah, because he's not as crash prone as Mr. Max.
Well, it's also a season incident. See what I did there? But Raikkonen is gone, and Leclerc has been provided an opportunity that I think is fair. I don't think we have any complaints, but I mean,
the thing is,
why not?
When Max was in a lower team, how many points did he get then?
Not enough. Yeah,
exactly.
I think Red Bull were just in a hurry to get him onto the main seat, and they paid the price for it by having him win the first ever race. That was
luck.
Fuck, that's pure. That was only because the Mercedes cars crashed out there. Let's be honest.
The greatest moment.
But what a great publicity stunt that was.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great story that is. A fucking 17-year-old lad comes in and wins a race in his first major, big team drive.
On his birthday.
Yeah, on his birthday. That's crazy.
Or birth week.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I think Ferrari have really, really fucked up by not showing interest in Daniel Ricciardo. Because if 2014 showed us anything, Ricciardo is a lot faster than Vettel, and he will prove it by pulling Vettel's pants down in front of everyone.
But I don't think that would be beneficial for Ferrari.
What makes you say that?
Well, Vettel.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. He will
Scooter
not
Rio
want that.
Vettel.
Yeah.
Vettel
I think it's better. I think it's better if Ricciardo does go to Renault and does become the leader.
Yeah.
You know.
Poor Nico Hulkenberg, though. I feel for him. And he's probably the one driver in the whole grid that deserves a podium but doesn't have it. Fucking Lance Stroll's got a podium and Hülkenberg doesn't. That's outrageous.
Ridiculous.
I can't believe that. God damn it. But yeah, I mean, Raikkonen, I'm gonna miss him. If it is true. I mean, obviously,
I would like to see him at least see out the season.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
You
Why is he
know?
retiring in Japan? It's
It's nearly done.
it's not
Yeah,
like, you know, Ferrari is strapped for cash and they need him to go to Japan.
Did he book a holiday or something for like 6 months? And it's like, oh, the only dates I have is after Suzuka.
Going
Far out.
to Antarctica.
He would
Yeah,
fit
Iceman.
right in there. Sorry, we got our mate Ash messaging me. So, we'll ignore him. But yeah, what is your top favorite Raikkonen and Alonso moment, Aaron?
No, that was last year.
Like of all time.
We're talking of all time.
All
Yeah,
time?
both Alonso and Raikkonen.
Well, I reckon last year in Baku, when he needed his steering wheel.
Oh, give me his glove
Hey,
and steer when he starts
hey.
screaming.
Steering wheel!
Hey, come on! What about Fernando?
Honestly, his past achievements,
Yeah.
I can't really say anything. Well, maybe last year when he done Indy.
Yeah. That's your favourite Fernando moment? Okay. What about you, Ilija?
For Raikkonen, I know it wasn't during the racing, but like when he went on live TV saying he was having when he was offered an award and didn't take it, that's like my favorite moment ever. Like I'm just like, why didn't you get a reward? He's like, sorry, I was having a shit.
Oh, that was Pele. It
Yeah,
was in Brazil. Pele
it
was doing a
was-
presentation and
I just thought to myself, man, like that is just the most Chad thing ever. But
Martin
for an-
Brundle's like, oh, okay, Akumi.
Yeah. Yeah, Alonso, I think, I know, once again, another not F1 thing, but his Indy effort, really commendable.
Yeah.
Like, the commentators were just, like, astounded. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it was good.
Dude,
Just
Fernando's
unfortunate.
like just one. Out of pure driving skill, Fernando is the best. I would fight anyone that says otherwise. He's just the best driver on the field, and if he was in the same car as Sebastian Vettel, Vettel would be eating Fernando's dust and
Well, I
liking
remember
it
when
and
I was-
enjoying it.
I remember when I was a
saying,
kid.
Fernando, please, Daddy, give me more. That's
Yeah,
what Vettel
I was a
would
kid,
say.
man. I used to watch that the Renault, the blue and
The blue,
yellow
yeah.
car that they had back in the day. I think him and, was it Giancarlo Fisichella together?
Yeah.
And I think Jan Hurley for a little bit. And
Nelson
like,
Piquet, wasn't it? Piquet Jr.
that was a bit later when they had a bit of orange in their color. But he just stuck out like dog's balls, like how good he was, even back like when he was just a pup.
Yeah.
So you know, and of course he won it. So
Yeah. I mean, my favourite Raikkonen moment, I think I'll agree with you, Ilya, the Pele presentation. That's just the most Kimmy thing he can possibly do.
anything he does with the media, in my opinion, the best.
And there was a time where he was being interviewed in Finnish, and Felipe Massa comes up to him doing a separate interview, and this Finnish reporter is still like interviewing him, and Kimmy forgets what language he's supposed to be speaking, so he starts speaking in English after Massa pats him on the back, and he just zones out, and he starts speaking in English, and then he realizes it's like the dial-up tone. It's like you put that in the background, and he starts speaking Finnish again. So
Well, the Windows is shutting down.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Fernando probably from Russia last year is when the formation lap, the car didn't actually start, and then he was talking shit to us. Like anytime Fernando's radio comes up, I'm like, yes, what's it going to be this time? I'm going to miss Fernando and Kimi.
Definitely.
The changing of the guard, really, isn't it? It happens.
Yeah. And the best part is that Hamilton and Vettel are going to become the new Raikkonen and Alonso. They're going to be the oldest boys out there.
Wow. That's scary
Yeah.
to think about, like, you know.
Like, when did Hamilton become, like, most experienced, like, Hamilton Vettel? When did
Yeah.
they become the most experienced? Like, what the hell? What's going on here?
There's still Ericsson.
Oh, 2015? Is that when he joined? I don't remember when Ericsson joined. Because I know Ricardo is third in line after that, after those two.
Yeah, Ericsson has been in there for quite a while.
I'll have a look for you. Yeah, Ericsson. Hang on, let's have a look. He's 28 years old. He's the same age as Ricardo.
Wow.
Yeah. Formula 3, Formula 1. He started in 2014 in Caterham. I think
Interesting.
Ricardo started in 13 with Toro Rosso. That was the year that was Mark Webber's last season in F1. And suddenly they gave Ricardo the Red Bull car in 14 and he just showed everyone what he can do. I don't know why Ricardo was never treated with the same respect as Vettel and Verstappen have been. I mean, he's obviously the better driver. I know those guys know a little bit more about motorsport than me, but come on, you can't. Ridiculous. All right.
Also, just a fun fact. Brendan Hartley's going to be 29 on the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Oh. He's a lot older than he looks.
Yeah, I thought he was like,
23,
junior.
24.
But yeah, he's been plugging it out, eh?
Yeah.
But I can imagine Brazil's going to be either a really good one or just a shocker.
I just hope it rains. Brazil's generally a good race, but yeah, we need some rain because the only rain race we had last. Did we even have a rain race last year? Where like the full wets were needed? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No. Shit, they need to race in Melbourne like every single day. Alright, F1 2018. Your thoughts on the game so far? You haven't... how much have you played?
Like at least a couple of hours now.
Okay. What do you think?
Gone through the career. It's pretty good. Really good, actually. They've added heaps of new stuff. With the upgrades, actually. You don't know all the upgrades, only a few.
Yeah.
And once you unlock it, or get to a point, it will show more, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like the fog of war thing in Age of Empires. It's really cool. So you can't...
You're inclined to improve more or upgrade more. So it's like, oh, which is the next stage? What's next? Sort of thing. So that's pretty cool. With the settings, actually, you can turn off the halo, or the actual middle bar.
The middle halo column.
Yeah. It's weird.
But you still have the circular bar at the
halo
top.
ring.
Yeah.
It
just looks strange. It feels like you're sitting like a LMP car or something.
Yeah. So yeah. Looks great. Plays great. It's really cool.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think they've improved a lot on the handling from 2017. Ilija, get 2018, dude.
Yeah, I'm not going to say much because I haven't played it, but I have been watching footage of it on YouTube and social media.
Okay.
And I will say that the Halo is annoying as a spectator, like trying to watch someone else play.
Yeah.
But I can imagine that when you're in the zone and you're controlling the car yourself, it's not too bad.
Yeah, you just zone it out. So
someone said it really good. It was like they said that it's sort of like trying to focus on looking at your nose. Like if you just look, you can't really see it. Yeah. But if you turn your eyes a bit, you start to see a little silhouette of your nose, or if it's big enough and more like mine. But you don't really notice it when you're in the zone and you're focused. So I totally get that. But as a spectator watching a YouTube video, oh my goodness, having this big black bar in the middle of your screen, like trying to watch like Arava racing, it's just like, oh, come on, man. Like, it gets a bit annoying. And I've just had to deal with just playing like Motorsport Manager or something.
Yeah.
To get my fix. So, yeah, look, it's cool. Realism, simulation, I get that. But yeah, as a player, I can imagine it's fine. As the audience, it's irritating. For me personally.
I mean, I don't find it that irritating. I mean, it's just the way it is, so I can't really help it. So,
Oh, look,
So do
yeah,
you.
I'm not, yeah. I'd actually be more angry if it wasn't in the game.
yeah.
Another thing as well, a very important thing, they brought back interviews.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you're right. I completely forgot about that. I remember the 2011 games interviews were like,
That was so
Yeah.
good.
so you actually had to think about what you're going to say. And this time it's even more in depth. So I'm really happy. I mean, I'm trying to be the biggest dick in the game anyway. So biggest dickers. So I've been
You
an
don't
absolute.
have to try, mate. You don't have to try.
That's a compliment, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
It's natural to you, isn't it?
Oh, I'm touched. Damn. I'm glad you see me that way. But yeah,
That's what friends are for.
but being a dick has its consequences now. Williams hate me. I am never going to be promoted to first drive.
What a loss! What a loss! Eh?
What a loss. Maybe once I get that Force India seat, I'll start being a bit of a sportsman.
Then you should start being nice to Williams. Like, that's the ultimate dick move.
I
I
am
just
the
want to
best
thank
killer.
Williams for like being last place and letting me get higher up. Thank you.
Thank you for thanks to Claire Williams and your shit team for being a pedestal. A step for
great.
greater things in life,
And you have to refer yourself in third
like
person.
McLaren.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
He's gone.
That's it. I'm gone. Catch you guys later.
Anyway, boys, final thoughts on this season and what's to come.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Each race, especially Lewis and Vettel, because the points are really close, and that's pretty much it, really. But I'm just looking out for Leclerc, Ricardo. Hopefully, he doesn't get another DNF. Lewis and I'm hoping more for Vettel to win. Like, I do not support Mercedes that much,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to be close, respectably close. So, interesting.
Ilija, your thoughts?
Well,
Season
if
so
you, I mean, I've been, as I said before, I've been a sporadic follower of F1 for the past few years, and I've noticed that when I talk to people in my friend groups that enjoy motorsport, even family, lots of my uncles, they're actually talking more about F1 now. There's a
Okay,
lot
that's
more going on that people want to start following again.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying this season. Like, its ups and downs is like exactly what I want. I feel like the spark is back, and I feel like I can get back into it again.
That's good.
So
That's really
it's been an
good.
absolute pleasure for being on this with you guys and talking about it, getting more insight.
Yeah, no worries,
Hopefully,
man.
you can
Thanks
understand
for-
what my mindset is. And I'm sure that I'd love to come on in the future if you guys ever let me. So that's all good.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah.
You sounded a bit hesitant there. Are you scared that I'll get a bit too comfortable and make
real
fun
talk.
anymore?
Real talk. Thanks for joining us. It's been fun. It's been different to what we normally have. We actually have a better setup this time than just using Discord. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But,
Ilija, thanks for joining us. Aaron, thank you for coming over, and Yeah.
Setting up.
thank you for helping me set up.
It's all good. Yeah,
All right, boys. Catch you at Singers.
Catch you
Singers.
at Vision Studios.
Oh yeah, that's right. Make sure you come along, boys. There.
Now's your time to advertise, Ilija. Go for it.
Yeah. Hi guys. My name's Ilija. I am actually a musician for the band called Illyria. I am an avid sporting fan as well. We're not doing music, and motorsports is something very close to me, especially Formula One. And if you guys do want to check out any of my material, you can go on Facebook and
Links
type
will be in the
Illyria.
description.
And you can listen to my music. Obviously, I play in a metal band, so if you don't like it, make sure you give it to your grandmother to listen to. And thank you so much for listening and making it this far. And make sure you stay tuned to what these other boys do in the future. These guys are awesome.
Thanks, buddy.
Cheers,
That's
man.
very, very kind words, and I can say the same for yourself.
Mm.
Do join us next time, Ilija. It's been a pleasure having your thoughts on.
Oh, yeah,
what we
absolutely.
normally have.
No worries. Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Awesome, boys.
Sweet.
See you in Singapore.
See you next time.
See ya.